What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Fallout video, and today I'm bringing you episode 33 of our top 5 mods series, and I'm actually going to be putting links to all of these mods in the descriptions. Now, I know I get a lot of requests for doing it, and I just knew I needed to get around to it and actually do it. So now if you check the description, there will be the link to all the PS4 mods and stuff in the description. But if you guys do go on to enjoy this video, make sure you like, subscribe, and let's get right into it.
With my two fists divine, but I'm going nowhere. Oh yeah, I'm the type of guy that likes to roam around.
Never pay full price for games again, guys. Use the link in the description to get up to 90% off of all G2A games. Alright guys, so the first mod we have is the Immersive Fallout Vanilla Edition by Xana Daniel, and basically this mod is going to be changing everything in your game, like recoil and all of that, to make it more realistic and immersive, and the mod creator even says that it will change your overall experience with the game completely. So the first thing he addresses in here is the real recoil, and he says, you may have not noticed this, but your fire weapon, especially automatics in the vanilla game, very right on the shot, and like your recoil recovery is pretty great. So next time you fire your weapon, the recoil kicks up, you have to recover and aim your weapon again, you know. So secondly, every weapon in the game has been known to have new recoil and make it feel more powerful and realistic. There's a demonstration video also showing this on his page. Another thing that he addresses in this mod is humans, and humans in general move much slower and in different ways, and different types of weapons will further affect mobility just like it would in reality. He also edited the NPCs' movement to make them move as fast as you, and it also makes different enemy types such as raiders and stuff maneuver differently when attacking in a strafe and stuff like that now. And finally, this mod creator has also created a version of this mod where if you don't want the recoil of your guns to be affected, you can just have your player movement and creatures and all that stuff edited, but leaving out the recoil. But this mod should not affect any other mods in your load order, and there is no DLC required for this. And it's actually pretty cool, and I would recommend checking it out. The next mod we have is the Starlight Bus Barricade Mod for the PS4, and this is by A6 Add-on, and this basically adds in a huge little Mad Max style base to Starlight Drive-In, which is located just southeast of Sanctuary. And it's actually pretty close. You unlock it pretty early in the game. Just prepare to fight some mole rats when you get here. There are multiple entrances to this settlement, and they are labeled A, B, and C. There's two on the side I'm on right now, and one on the other side next to the projector. But this actually adds in a huge area to this settlement, and then surrounding it in two stacked high buses which act as a wall to kind of defend it. And there are multiple areas where you can get on top of them that have outposts, places for machine guns, already placed machine guns. Is kind of crazy. On the other side over here, there's going to be a huge sniper tower where you can have people positioned up there. It's pretty fortified. Right here, he has that little like nuclear waste area kind of blocked off and caged in with barrels around it, which is kind of weird. I guess it's kind of a creative thing to do with it. Normally, I would just build over it, but he kind of made it look and turn into something. So, if you go up right here, I'm going to be showcasing the sniper tower, which is actually a pretty cool location. As you can see, there's these like mounted miniguns that you can really use, but they're kind of like useless sometimes because you really can't see anything, and I don't think you can go in the first person at all. So it's like you just get a big view of the guy's butt, but that may not be for all miniguns. That may just be this one's location just kind of screwed up. But whenever I got off, I kind of got lucky, and right here there was actually a little battle going down, so I started just raining him down on a minigun. I also feel like it's worth mentioning that you can get into each and every single bus that's used on this wall right here and explore all of them. None of them have anything inside of them though. What I'm about to come up on right now is another sniper tower, and this one's kind of different, so we're going to be taking a look at it. There's also another one of those really weird glitched out miniguns. I don't know if he can, I mean, I'm sure he'll put a release out in the future where he fixes that issue, but if he fixes that, that could actually be a pretty cool feature to these towers. The building with the projector has its wing fixed, and there is also a hidden bar function. And this is actually pretty similar to our next mod, which is the Murkwater Bus Barricade for the PS4, and this is like the previous mod, but is at the Murkwater Bus Barricade, and it is by 6 Add-on as well. The Murkwater Bus Barricade is a wall-like fortress that not only offers plenty of space to move up to 3 levels, but also provides electricity and water as well. The wind generators now release a lot of tension of carefree supply, the barricade with all the floodlights and weapon systems, and the rocket launcher. And some things that the mod creator added in addition to the things that were brought over from his previous mod were new tower-high floodlights that light up the swamp at night, 2 full Raider power armors, a building site of the area has been increased considerably, 3 pets, wind generators can now give you more power in general, 8 generators on the site already though, before you even have to build any. 4 large tower pylons on the wall height, 6 turrets and a launcher, atmospheric styling, and he made a lot of the things inside that settlement more scrappable. And that is all a big improvement to this inconsequential settlement that was previously here before this mod. And that's why I like this mod so much, because I just did a base build on this settlement, and it's actually in fact pretty small, and there's not really that much you can do here, considering that it's only one of the smallest settlements I think that there is in Fallout 4. Not to mention the location's really not all that great. It's always dark, and you can't really have all that much room for defenses and stuff if you want to actually have room for settlers and things like that. So I like how he made the build distance increased, and also added this huge wall for defense, and it actually feels like a little home in here. And he actually added a lot more stuff in this mod, and actually feels like a working settlement even before you really have that many settlers in, just because he gives you 3 pets. He gives you a gorilla, which kind of like guards the front entrance, and 2 dogs. I guess for dog meat or something. Another thing that I thought that was pretty creative that he added in was this little wooden pathway that goes all throughout the settlement, so you can walk on this wood pile instead of actually in the grass and in the mud and in the water and stuff like that. I feel like it's pretty cool because there's not really that many paths you can really use in this game that look this good, and I think it's a pretty cool addition. Plus you can navigate around here faster. Just like before, you can get in all of the different buses that are made up of this wall, and there are a few sniper towers you can get on that have the mounted miniguns as well. Another thing that I thought this mod creator added in that was pretty cool was if you go onto the 2nd floor of the little bus wall and go down the path, there are going to be 2 suits of Raider power armor that you can just take that already have fusion cores inside of them. And since I didn't talk about it on the last mod, for both of these mods together, they're not going to be requiring any DLC, which is awesome. And also, for the most part, it's not going to be affecting any other mods you use, unless of course you're using a mod that affects Starlight Drive-In or Murkwater construction site, you know, then they're going to interfere. But other than that, you kind of should just be fine in your load order. Alright guys, so the next mod we have is the Ultimate Sandbox mod for the PS4, and it is by AtSky SSSI for your. And this mod basically adds in a weapon that can let you spawn in a ton of different enemies in the Fallout 4 game, and it can be located at the Forgotten Church, which is also located in the Glowing Sea, or very south from Sanctuary. And once you get there, you can actually find these different weapons in a crate at the very bottom of the church. One of them is the QX9000, and this gun shoots ghouls, raiders, super mutants, gunners, boss soldiers, rad scorpions, deathclaws, behemoths, and even radroches. There are 2 different types. One spawns regular NPCs that leaves corpses, and the other one spawns special versions of the same NPCs that disappear when they are killed, so you don't lose your frame rate really bad whenever you're shooting them. Another weapon is the 319 Deathclaws Relay Grenade, and this is a replacement for the old Infinite Deathclaws Grenade. It works similarly. Each Deathclaw you kill spawns 2 more, so once you just keep killing and killing, and they're just a ton of them spawn until the total reaches 319, then that quits spawning. The next weapon you can find is the Replicator Relay Grenade, and this spawns in a Replicator, which is basically a high-level Courser, except this one is equipped with the same grenade. The outcome is unpredictable because if you don't kill them fast enough, they will keep spawning infinitely, but you can also kill the first one off before it even throws his grenade. The Generator Relay Grenade also spawns generators similar to the Replicator, but with extra health and a special version of the QX9000 which shoots synths, so it can be a pretty cool battle. You can also find the Living Tribunal and a ton of other weapons, which are basically just a very powerful weapon that has a very unique firing technique, and basically it's just a tool used to clean up after you have shot and spawned so many goals or something like that, and there's too many for you to kill yourself, so you can use this sort of like god gun to basically shoot down a little lightning bolt, and it kills everything in the vicinity, so it can kind of help you take care if you've gone kind of overboard. And that's it for all the weapons you can get in this mod, but as you can see right here, I'm using one of those special weapons you can find in that crate that is used, I use it to kind of take care of the ghouls if you kind of want to just kind of get rid of some. It basically one-shots everything, and it's a really fun gun to use, honestly, once you've spawned all these in. But something I recommend doing with this mod a lot is quick saving, just because when you spawn in a ton of these, your game can get laggy, and you can crash a lot, basically. But this mod is not going to be requiring any DLC, and it's pretty much compatible with every other mod. However, I wouldn't really recommend using this in a big load order. Alright guys, so our final mod isn't the biggest mod, but it's still kind of cool. It is the Reign of Brass mod for the PS4, and this mod is a very, very simple mod that alters the durations that casings from guns stay on the ground, basically. And so whenever you're getting into pretty big gunfights, whenever you are shooting a lot, it's going to leave your casings all over the ground, and it looks really cool. And it's pretty much compatible for every weapon type except for plasma and those type of weapons that don't really have a shell casing, but it does work for shotguns and stuff like that. And right now I'm trying to get a ton of bullets on the ground to kind of show you guys what it looks like whenever you are in those really long gunfights, when there's a lot of enemies, when you're defending your settlement, or if you're just fighting somewhere. It actually looks pretty cool, and it can be really immersive if you want to add it to, just if you're doing a modded playthrough or something like that. If you just want to add in a ton of mods that kind of make your game a little bit more creative and stuff like that. But this mod does not require any DLC or anything like that, and it's going to be compatible with pretty much everything in your load order, because it doesn't really affect anything except the little casings for your bullets. But that is pretty much all the mods I have to show you today, guys. And another quick announcement, I will be uploading a video on my second channel. It's going to be a Let's Play on Fallout 4, but it's going to be sort of a little different style. It's not going to be like the normal Fallout 4 Let's Play. So it's going to be pretty cool. So hopefully you guys do enjoy that. But that is pretty much all I have for you today, guys. If you guys do go on to, or if you did enjoy this video, make sure you guys like, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.